South.
5, 6, 7.
South.
8, 9.
South.
I think she's counting trees. Please don't let us get into a car accident.
I really could use another pair of eyes on this map here.
Please let us get there by Mama's birthday.
Oh, I can't read these things from the hill of beans. Plenty of chickadees.
My grandparents' plan is to drive 2,000 miles west from Euclid, Ohio to Lewiston, Idaho in 7 days. That's where my mom is waiting for me.
2,000 miles. That's a heck of a haul. Are you sure we're going to make it in 7 days?
Don't make the girl nervous.
Besides,
We'll have plenty of time. Heck, I expect we've even taken a few sights along the way.
While we drive, I pray to the trees. I pray the same thing over and over again. Please don't let us get into a car accident. Please let us get there by Mom's birthday. The trees because it's easier than praying directly to God. There's nearly always a tree nearby.
how about you tell her how we're going?
Well, first we'll follow the turnpike through Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois.
Mama left us a little over a year ago.
Go up into Wisconsin, through South Dakota and Wyoming.
Didn't even say goodbye.
Then we'll sweep up into the Rocky Mountains and into Idaho.
Just left me a letter.
Dear Sal, it sounds too permanent if I were to say it out loud, so I'm writing it down instead. I'm going away for a little while, not forever, just long enough to sort some things out. I need you to stay here and be brave. Your daddy needs you more than ever. I'll think of you every minute that I'm away, and I'll write you the entire time, I promise. I'll be back before the tulips bloom. I promise. Love, Mom.
The tulips bloomed, but she never came back. She's still in Lewiston. And now, I'm stuck in a car with my grandparents, traveling halfway across the country to go see her on her birthday.
And didn't I tell you? See the whole thing down the country.
I'm secretly holding out hope I can bring her back home. If there's any chance of that happening at all, it would be on her birthday. But I can't tell that to Graham and Grams. If I say it out loud to either of them, they'd say, I might as well try to catch a fish in the air.
Salamander Tree Hill, you haven't said one word since we hit the road. It's going to be an awfully long trip if you keep giving us the sour trees.
Sorry, Bruno.
You know, we got an awful long ride ahead of us, Judy. How about you entertain us?
What sort of thing did you have in mind?
How about stories? Let me see y'all.
Something about your mama, perhaps.
Oh, I don't think so.
Well, then how about your friends? Got any tales to tell about them?
Sal! I guess there's one person I can tell you about.
Well, I knew she was holding out on us.
Sal, quick! But I must warn you, it's an extensively strange story about a girl with the wildest imagination.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Her name is Phoebe Whittemore. She was the first friend I made when Daddy and I moved from 5 days to Euclid after Mom. This is where he's buried, I'm sure. Phoebe, I don't think we should be back here. Aren't we trespassing? Don't worry, I told you she's gone to work. She'll be back for hours. I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about this.
Of course you don't. You're standing on an unmarked grave in my neighbor's yard in the middle of the night. It's creepy. Poor guy. No way to go.
What do you mean? How did he go?
Perhaps just ahead, maybe? Not poisoning his breakfast? I'm not exactly sure. But it doesn't matter. The point is, he was murdered. Maybe she hired an assassin who was in the garage until they were asleep.
Hold on. You said this story would be straight. You did not say anything about gruesome.
Oh, I thought it was just getting good. Very suspenseful.
I'm just wondering. I get queasy at the sound of it.
Oh, don't be such a sissy. It's only a story. Evidently, Chick Biddy, you inherited your nerves from your mother's side of the family.
I'm not sure what Grant means by nerve. There are a lot of things that I wanted to believe I'd inherited from Mama, but nerve wasn't one of them. It took some nerve to leave her husband and daughter. It took some nerve to find a spot 2,000 miles away. It took some nerve not to come back.
Would have helped if I held your hands and don't be scared.
Oh, yes. I think it would.
Maybe I should start at the beginning, back before things got so mysterious.
All right, Chick Biddy, we're all ears.
I had to start a new school when Daddy and I moved to Ohio. And as a farm girl from Kentucky, I stuck out like a pickle or a pea patch.
Alpha and Omega, did you see that?
I didn't try to be different, but it didn't seem to matter.
That was unbelievable. Did you really just do that?
Phoebe had a particular idea about me from the start. And to tell you the truth, I was so surprised he could have knocked me over with a chicken feather.
Sal, you're so brave.
Me, I'm definitely not brave.
You are. You're brave.
All right, scholars, please settle down.
That took real courage. I never could have done what you did.
Well, let's thank our newest student.
Salama Cahiddle.
So what?
Salama. You could just call me Sal.
Well, thank you, Sal, for eradicating our class from that ferocious wreck.
It was no big deal, really.
But you picked it up like you were cradling a baby kitten. Who does that?
Not me. What did I tell you? Brave.
There are a lot of things to be afraid of in this world. I'm terrified of car accidents, death, cancer, brain tumors, nuclear war, pregnant women. But as a country girl, I'm not afraid of snakes, wasps, and spiders.
Well, thank you, Sal, for showing some restraint and escorting our eight-legged friend publicly. Now, scholars, before we part ways this afternoon, I would like to locate your summer reading journals so I may have to read them.
Read them? But I thought you said they were going to be private. If I had known you were going to read them aloud, I would have changed all the names to protect the innocent.
Innocent.
Peter and Miss Winterbottom, I've read your pages are filled with brilliant ideas and observations.
I don't even remember what I wrote.
I'm sure you're just being modest, Miss Finney.
See you tomorrow, Sal.
Thank you, Ben. As for you, Miss Fiddle.
I'm new.
No. How blessed. There is nothing in this whole wide world that is better than you, person.
So I didn't know about the journals?
No, not to worry, not to worry. Shall we do? You will record a mini journal.
A what?
Oh, come now, Sal. You strike me as a great young lady. Just fill us up with whatever interests you. A place, a room, a person. Don't worry too much about it. And I'll collect into your school gun. Good? Excellent. I will see you tomorrow.
I just wish she wasn't one to read my journal. It's not for the faint of heart.
What do you mean?
Well, can you keep a secret?
Sure.
I live next door to a murderer.
Murderers are definitely on the list of things I'm afraid of.
Well, of course they are. They're murderers.
Oh, will you calm down, please? You're trying to tell us a story.
Yes, but murderers. I'm not sure I approve where this whole enterprise is going.
Oh, what's to approve? She lived to tell us about it, didn't she? How can you tell us, Salamander? You're all wrong. Don't let this old geezer distract you. You're telling a mighty fine story, and after one, every
You always do it when you fix
Well, the funny thing is, before I met Phoebe, I never suspected anyone of murder. But when Phoebe Winterbottom is your best friend, the possibility is always right in front of you, and as real as your next door neighbor.
Sal, is that you? Keep walking! Where are you scurrying off to in such a hurry?
Don't stop! It's only Mrs. Partridge, come on.
Who's that with you?
This is Phoebe Winterbottom, your next door neighbor.
I thought I recognized your footsteps. Margaret?
Yes, Mother?
Come over here and meet our next door neighbors.
1 minute, I'll be right there.
Sal, shouldn't we be, leaving? What's your hurry? Well, we just got here. I have cookies coming out of the oven any minute.
Oh, no, thank you. Sal?
Oh, hi, Sal. I didn't know you'd be stopping by. Yeah, but we gotta go, it's late and everything.
Yeah, we have some homework to get done at Phoebe's house, so.
Well, maybe next time. See you later this evening, Sal.
Phew, that was close.
It was? Don't act like she can scare you half to death.
Who? Mrs. Partridge? She's just a sweet old lady.
No, not her, the other one.
Oh, Margaret.
Yes, Margaret. You don't find her the least bit strange? That wild red hair sticking out all over the place. And that last name.
Cadaver?
Yes, cadaver. You know what that means, right?
What?
It means dead body. That's what.
Really?
Yes. And guess what she does as a living?
She's a nurse, I think?
And you don't find that crazy? That a woman whose last name means dead body could get hired as a nurse? Help sick people? So that's like hiring a vampire to work at a blood bank. It's not natural. She scares me half to death. I don't know how you eat over there practically every night.
I probably should have mentioned. Margaret's the reason my father and I left our farm in Arvetis and moved to England in the first place. Shortly after Mama left, Daddy met Margaret. And in order to be closer to her, we abandoned my swimming pool, my hayloft, and my sugar maple tree. I didn't seem forgiven for it.
Sal, please.
No, I'm not leaving. There's too many things that I need here. Who's gonna look after the pigs, or the chickens, or our maple tree?
Too many memories here, Sal. I don't think I can survive here another month without packing up.
Then you go on without me. But I'm staying. This is where I belong.
Just have to be brave.
That sounds awfully familiar.
Your mother is not coming back, Sal.
And with that, put the farm up for rent and moved us 300 miles straight north into a little white birdhouse 2 blocks away from Margaret Cadaver. He says we'll go back one day, but I don't believe him. The only saving grace? Margaret's next door neighbor, Phoebe Winterbottom.
Sal, I have to tell you a secret. Promise you won't tell anyone.
Cross my heart.
Maybe I shouldn't. I mean, your father goes over there practically every night. He likes her, doesn't he?
God, I hope not. But it doesn't matter because I don't like anything about her. Come on, Kiki, tell me.
Okay. Well, her name is Mrs. Cadaver, right? Have you ever wondered what happened to Mr. Cadaver? I think I know. It's not pretty. Not pretty at all. It's awful, really. Sal?
Oh, did you tell me already?
Dinner's about to be ready if you'd like to join us. I think she killed Mr. Cadaver and then chopped him up and then buried him in the backyard.
You know, I knew somebody like Phoebe once.
It's Phoebe, Green.
That's what I said. met Pete. Only her name is Gloria. Oh, she had the most wildest, most pepped up world. A scary one, but I'm scared it's more interested than my own.
Gloria, is she the one who told you not to marry me? Is she the one who said that I would be your ruination?
Oh, gosh. Gloria was right about that one. Besides, she only said that because she wanted you for herself.
Well, go, Debbie.
Look, it's the Illinois state line.
What happened to Indiana?
Why, you gooseberry? You were so busy listening to the story of PB that you plumb missed Indiana. Hey, don't you remember Elkhart? We had lunch in Elkhart. South Bend. You took a pee in South Bend. You missed the entire Hoosier State.
Do you think we'll see Lake Michigan?
Well, I don't see how we can miss it. Darn near big as an ocean.
Dear Salamanca, I'm not even gone one day and I already miss you so much. Here we are in Chicago, on the shore of the biggest lake I've ever seen out of my life. It's like a giant blue pasture. The water's the color of the bluebells that grow behind the barn. I've met some real nice folks on the bus over. We've got a long haul yet, so I sure hope we don't get bored hearing all about you. He's your daddy for me. Love, Mom.
Everybody okay?
What in the blazes are we doing over there?
Oh, these big old trucks don't know how to share the road.
Gramps, please be careful.
Well, how about we let Sarah take over?
What do you mean?
Oh, don't act like you haven't been teaching her how to drive since she was old enough to touch the pedals.
You know about that?
Oh, of course I know about that. You two kick up enough dust around the farm. Sooner or later, you're bound to cause attention to yourself.
Yeah, but those were country roads. These here interstates, they're serious business. And don't get me wrong, Chickadee, you can hold yourself with the best. But I still got plenty of gas left in the tank. Don't you worry.
Your blinker is on.
Well, it seemed like I was over at PB's almost every day. After school to do homework, on weekends for sleepovers. Daddy thought it was great that I had made a new friend. And honestly, I was just relieved I had somewhere to go when I didn't want to see him and Margaret smiling at me.
I just asked her to do stuff like this to pep her up. It's really no big deal. What's this? Don't judge a man until you've walked 2 moons in his moccasin.
That's strange. I think that's an old Native American proverb. I've heard my dad use it at lunch.
Sally, I didn't notice you were here too.
Hi.
Okay, let me see the skirts. What's this? Oh, that's just something I found on the front porch this morning. It's probably nothing. That's weird. It doesn't say who it's from. No, it was just sitting there on the top step. Why would someone leave us an anonymous message? Phoebe, I told you I don't know. So would you stop moving so I can finish mending your skirt? I thought you said it was just no. What are you yelling at me for? Right? It's just no. Doesn't mean anything. Why don't we have a treat to take our minds off of it, huh? I just finished baking a blackberry pie. What do you guys say? Sal?
Blackberries?
Why don't you like blackberries?
No. I mean, yes, I like blackberries. It's just...
What?
I think I have some allergies.
Allergies?
Ew.
I'm so glad I don't have allergies.
You get hives? Your ears get really big? Mary Lou says that eating avocados makes your tongue get fat. Gross.
But I've never really heard of a blackberry allergy before.
Oh, it's nothing really. I'll just pick them out or something.
Well, that's too bad, because my mother makes the most delicious pie. I thank you, Phoebe.
The truth is that blackberries remind me of my mother. That night, as I was filling out that journal Mr. Berkway assigned me, I made a list of all the things that I liked. And they were all things from Vivex. The trees, the cows, the chickens and the pigs, the fields, the swimming hole. But no matter what I wrote, I ended up thinking of my mother.
Sal, I found a good blackberry bush. They're perfect. Come quick. Look at that, Mama. Now remember, the ones on the bottom are for rabbits, and the ones at the top are for the birds.
And the ones that are people height are for people.
Exactly right.
Why'd you kiss that tree, Mama?
Well, you caught me, did you?
Uh-huh.
Well, I just couldn't help myself. It's such a beautiful tree, isn't it?
Uh-huh. You think she felt it, Mama?
Oh, I sure hope so. Or I'd say just wasted a perfectly good kiss.
Tell me the story of the tree again, Mama.
It was a Native American land, that the Arvetis people came from the trees. But there was once a god who was very lonely, well, because he was all by himself. But one day, he noticed that the trees resembled people, with their slender trunks and branches that danced gracefully in the wind. So he took his bow, and he shot an arrow to an ash tree. And where the arrow went in, a person stepped out.
Did I come from a tree, Mama?
Your middle name is Tree, so I suppose you did.
You know so many good stories, Mama.
Now listen. Do you hear that?
You mean that bird?
Is it a bird? Well, I think it's the tree singing.
You mean like the person inside the tree is singing? I don't know. It sounds just like a bird. I think it's a bird, Mama.
Well, all right, say so. But maybe, just maybe, it's the tree. Say so.
Do you really think it's a singing tree, Mama? It sounds just like a songbird. I'm gonna wait here and see. I'm gonna find it, Mama. If it's a bird, I'm gonna find it. I waited under that tree for what felt like hours looking for that bird. I never did find it. But when I looked up at the spot where Mama's mouth must have touched that tree, I could swear I saw a small dark stain. A blackberry kiss.
Now we'll just be leaving anonymous messages for Mrs. Winnebaum.
Well, we weren't sure at first, but I could tell Phoebe and her mom were both uneasy about it. The next day, Mrs. Winterbottom went grocery shopping, and she left us with strict instructions to keep the doors and the windows locked, not to answer the door for anyone, and to call the police if we heard any strange noises.
Sounds like she's built up an invasion.
I'm bored. Let's go to Mary Lou's house.
Is that okay with your mom? I thought she said we had to stay here.
Oh, it'll be fine. I mean, we just need to check the locks on the doors and the windows before we go.
Didn't we just watch her do that before she left?
You can never be too careful, Sal. It's a dangerous world we live in, and my mother always says you can never be too careful. Honestly, you can be so naive sometimes.
Will Ben be there?
Mary Lou's house? Probably. Why? You like him, don't you?
What? Me? No.
Do you like him?
Really, Phoebe, I don't.
I should have known. I mean, it makes perfect sense. He's constantly staring at you. Is he? Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. He is. Endlessly. Are you jealous? Ew. Oh. What was that?
Isn't that your doorbell? Shh. Who is it? Aren't you gonna answer it?
You heard my mother. I'm not to answer the door.
Why?
It could be an escaped lunatic. That's
Oh,
why.
honestly, Phoebe, do you want me to answer it?
We'll do it together. Hello there.
Is this 49 Grace Street?
Indeed, it is.
I'd like to speak with Mrs. Winterbottom. Is she here or what?
Will you please excuse me a moment? Sal, do you detect any signs of lunacy? There doesn't appear to be a place where he'd be hiding a gun. Geez, I'll really detect. Maybe there's a knife tucked into his socks. He isn't wearing any socks, is it? Sorry, she can't go to the door right now.
I'll wait.
Just a minute.
Okay, what do we do?
We can't let him know we're alone. Just do what I do. Mom, someone's at the door for you.
Mrs. Winterbottom!
Mother! That's strange. She must have slipped out. I thought she was home. But there are scads and scads of other people here. But, no Mrs. Winterbottom.
Is Mrs. Winterbottom your mother?
Mm-hmm.
What's your name?
Phoebe.
Phoebe Winterbottom?
That's right. Would you like me to leave a message?
No, I don't think so.
Phew, that was close.
Who do you think he was?
Doesn't matter, Sal. Honestly, shouldn't we just count ourselves lucky to be alive? He's about to ambush us.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Phoebe.
Who's being ridiculous? You hear about that stuff all the time in the news. 2 innocent girls, home alone, ambushed by a lunatic escaped from the local prison.
He couldn't have been more than 16 years old.
He's probably a master of disguise.
I swear, you have the most vivid imagination of anyone I've ever met.
Thank you. Oh, lunatic? How perfect. Terrifying. Were you scared?
Well, not at first. Besides, Phoebe was convinced that I was brave, and I didn't want her to think that I wasn't.
Sal, you are the only girl I know that would travel halfway across the country for a week in a car alone with 2 old fogies. You are brave.
Thanks, Gramps.
Well, did you ever find out who he was?
Not right away. When Mrs. Winterbottom came home, Phoebe had told her what had happened, and she got very upset.
Well, who wouldn't be upset by the idea of a lunatic?
Well, she wanted to know what he had said, and what Phoebe had said, and what he looked like, and how he acted, and how Phoebe had acted, and on and on. And then she told Phoebe not to tell her father for fear of upsetting him.
Well, what did Pete say?
She thought it was odd for her mom to keep a secret from her dad.
I feel a little sorry for Mrs. Winterbottom. She doesn't seem very happy.
You don't know the half of it, Sharon. 2 days later, Phoebe revealed some very disturbing news.
Sal, I have to tell you something, but you must promise not to tell a soul.
Phoebe, must everything always be a secret?
Don't joke, Sal. This time it's serious. Okay, promise?
Okay, I promise.
My mother has disappeared.
What?
What do you mean? Yesterday I came home from school and she wasn't there, which is strange because she just waits for me to lock the window, the door.
Okay, slow down, Phoebe. It's all right.
Okay. There were 2 notes on the table. One for me and one for my father. I opened mine.
Keep all the doors locked and call your father if you need anything. I love you, Mom. Phoebe.
I know. Perfectly normal, right, Pat? I thought it's about time. She finally realizes that I'm old enough to stay home alone. But then my father came home and opened his.
And?
I had to go away. I can't explain. I'll call you in a few days.
Oh no.
What? It's bad, right? Go where? And why couldn't you explain?
What did your father say?
Absolutely nothing, if you can believe it.
Nothing at all.
He just took off his coat and sat down and said, "Let's see." Sal, I think the lunatic came back and kidnapped my mother or something.
Really?
Yes, there's no other logical explanation.
Okay, would the lunatic allow your mother to sit down and write you notes?
You sound just like my father. Let's see. Like it was no big deal.
Maybe, I'm sure he's worried, but maybe he just doesn't want you to worry.
How can I not worry? My mother has vanished.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, promise you won't tell anyone. Please, promise you won't tell anyone.
Okay, I promise. I did tell one person though.
But you look at these. It's a time ago. I think you're about 4 or 5 of this one.
Dad,
And here's another one with her mom.
Dad, Phoebe's mother went away.
Oh, no.
That's what I said.
What happened?
She left some notes. She said she's gonna come back, but I don't believe it.
It's all right, Sal. People usually come back.
Mama didn't come back.
No, she didn't.
How do you know that someone didn't make Mama go to Idaho? Maybe it was blackmail. Maybe.
Mother left because she wanted to go.
You should have stopped her.
Person isn't a person, Sal. You can't just cage a person.
No, she shouldn't have gone. If she hadn't have gone,
Sure,
then
she intended to.
then why didn't she?
You can't predict. A person can't foresee. What happened took us all by surprise, Sal. People usually come back.
Mama didn't come back! And I wasn't so sure about Mrs. Winterbottom either. The next day, Phoebe asked me to spend the night at her house, but we barely slept.
What was that?
What?
That noise. Do you think it's a lunatic coming back for the rest of us?
Phoebe, I really don't think
So, oh, look. It's Margaret Cadaver. What is she doing nosing around her garden at this hour? I bet you she's hiding something.
but it's after midnight.
Exactly. When unsuspecting eyes are busy sleeping, she's making sure her husband's balls haven't been dug up by stray dogs.
Phoebe, there are no stray dogs in this neighborhood. Now, can we go to sleep tomorrow? We still have class tomorrow.
Sure, Sal. Go to sleep. Rest your eyes. Sweet dreams. And when the lunatic comes back to do the worst to the rest of us, you better remember that I was the one who was paying attention.
Whatever you say.
You'll thank me when I wake you up before it's too late.
Good night, Phoebe.
Come on, Gooseberry. That's what hits the right hand.
Oh, we'd be swimming. I would have dressed the part. Woo! Boy, it's hotter as the blazes in here, Chicken Bitty. Come on in. It's delicious. Huzzah! Huzzah! Oh, no, it's sour. Dainty.
Dear Sal, I'm standing on the shore of the Mississippi River. It's amazing how something so big could be so quiet. Remember when we would lay in bed, snuggle close? We pretend we're on a raft floating down a river. Well, I sure wish you were here with me now. We wander up and down the river, looking for objects to tie together. We cross the fingers and float. And if that didn't work, I bet we could stow away on a big barge all the way to New Orleans. And if the time didn't, we could make it to Mardi Gras. And you, Salomon, would be the queen of the parade.
This land's private property.
What?
This land, where I'm standing, is private property.
Everything okay, man, Chicken Bitty?
He says we're trespassing.
Are we? I didn't see any signs.
Yeah, well, you are.
Isn't this a river? I've never heard of a river being private property before.
I'm not sure what you're looking for there, but I'm guessing you won't find it. You okay, Gooseberry?
Oh, it's a water bottle, and I do believe it made a snack to my leg.
Can you give me a hand here, Chicken Bitty? Sure glad you have that knife. They heard of it, Gooseberry? Hope you won't hold it against me.
Oh, my hand, Sam. Oh.
Is she gonna be okay, Gramps?
Hard to say.
I know of a hospital not too far away from here.
What are we waiting for? Sal, grab our things. Young man, you'll have to do the sucking and spitting while I drive. Can you do that?
Oh, okay.
Let's roll.
Not now. Not here. This wasn't supposed to happen. Not after we've come this far. It's not fair. It's not fair. This wasn't supposed to happen. And in a perfect world, it wouldn't. But it's not a perfect world. Daddy says you can't always predict. That you might as well try to catch a fish in the air. But that doesn't mean I still can't blame something. Or someone. Even if that someone is me. A couple of months before Mama left for Idaho, something bad happened that wasn't supposed to. Daddy insists that it wasn't my fault, but I still don't believe him.
Oh, sugar, I wish you listened to reason and stopped working so hard. Well, how would it hurt you so?
Scrubbing the floors makes my back feel better.
Can't Sal help you?
We'll leave her alone. Let her enjoy herself while she still can. Lord knows she'll have plenty to do around here once it's baby.
Sugar.
Stop worrying. I'm nearly finished. Now go run your errands before this baby comes.
Don't joke around, all right? I'll be back before you get off that floor.
When Mama first told me she was pregnant, I didn't like the idea. I was jealous. What was wrong with having just me? Wasn't I enough? Mama knew this, and she was patient with me. And As that baby grew inside of her, I started looking forward to seeing her. We didn't know yet if it was a boy or a girl, but I started hoping for a little sister. And then everything changed. I'll never forget that sound. The moment it pierced the air, I was helpless. It was like I was falling in slow motion, watching every branch that I'd reached for just come away in my hands. I don't even remember hitting the ground, but when I came to, Sal! Sharp needles shot up and down my leg.
Fill them all,
It was getting darker, and I heard my mother calling in the distance. There was no one else in the world I wanted more in that moment than my mama. She'd come to save me. But even as I let her lift me off the ground, as my weight caused her to strain and lose balance, I think deep down I knew this effort would be too much for her.
Something's wrong.
It might have been dead for hours, I just can't say exactly.
Let me hold it!
Sugar,
What are you waiting for? Let me hold my baby!
Sugar, it didn't make it.
I'm sorry.
John, where's she taking her? Where's she taking my baby?
Sugar, I wish.
Was it a boy or a girl? A girl. May I hold her? I don't think that's a good idea. That night, an ambulance came and took Mama to the hospital. She had to have 2 operations over the next 2 days. She was never the same after that. I wanted so badly to make her feel better, to tell her a story like she'd done for me so many times when I was sad. My mother knew so many good stories, especially Native American stories. She knew about thunder gods and earth makers, wise crows. Her favorite stories were about people who came back after death, as a bird, or a river, or a horse. She even knew one about an old warrior who came back as a potato. That night when she lost the baby, I wondered what the baby might come back as. A bird, or a tree. Mama was never the same after that. And every day since then, I've wondered, if I hadn't climbed the tree, would she have lost that baby? And if she hadn't lost the baby, would she have gone on that bus for Lewiston?
The doctor said Grandma's been much better now.
What do you care?
I don't know, I'd like to know, that's all.
Yeah, well, if you hadn't snuck up on us, who knows if we'd even be here?
Look, I'm sorry your grandma got bit, but I don't know if it had anything to do with me. Those things just happen sometimes. Here. Wasn't really private property. I'm sorry your grandma got bit.
You push this thing like you drive, and I'm liable to end up right back in the hospital.
This cantankerous woman is getting out of here.
How's my chick Biddy this morning? You sleep better than I did?
I'm okay, Graham. How are you feeling?
Oh, piddles.
You about ready to hit the road?
I guess so.
Well, would you look at that? Was it the time you was looking for?
Do you think we should call Dad and tell him what happened?
Nah, I thought about that, but it would only make me worry. Wait, so we get to Idaho? Would you look at that? Signature. Hey, that's good luck, ain't it?
I'm just glad you're well enough to get back on the road, Graham.
Oh, me too. Now let's roll. I gotta know what happened next to Pete. Huzzah!
Well, the morning after Phoebe's mother went away, she was as ornery as a donkey. I'm not going to tell everybody at school tomorrow. You don't have to tell anyone anything.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Sal, as soon as they see my wrinkled blouse, they'll know something's wrong.
Really? Like who?
Megan, Christine, Mary and Vinny.
Just tell them your mom went on a business trip.
Oh, that'll go over well. What should I say? London? Tokyo?
It's just a suggestion.
I know. How about Saudi Arabia?
Phoebe, stop worrying.
I'm not worried.
Phoebe! Really? Have you finished breakfast?
Did you call the police yet?
No, Phoebe, I did not call the police. I know you're upset, but we have to go on with things.
I can't go. I'm sick. I have a fever and a stomachache.
I'm afraid you have to go to school.
I can't go. I'm sick. Honest. It might even be cancer.
That's nothing to joke about. Now, please, finish your breakfast and keep going. We can't linger.
Can't what?
No linger. Here, look it up.
Great. My mother is missing and my father sent me a dictionary.
What's it say?
Malinger. To pretend to be ill in order to escape duty or work.
Maybe you're just really tired?
I'm not malingering!
The next day, on the way to school, Phoebe had what was becoming an all too familiar look on her face.
He's back.
Who?
The lunatic, that's who.
Everyone has his own agenda.
Lordy, ain't that the truth? He doesn't know what it's all about.
What, Graham?
Everybody is just walking along, concerned about his own life, his own words, and we're all expecting each other to tune into our own agenda. Look at my life, care about my problems, care about me.
That snake bite turn you into a philosopher or something?
You mind your own agenda. Keep telling Sam.
Well, Phoebe had definitely sucked me into her problems.
This isn't good.
Phoebe, if the lunatic has already kidnapped your mother, why would he still be leaving messages?
I don't know, Sal. I don't pretend to understand the inner workings of a deranged mind. Maybe he's taunting us. Maybe he wants to get caught. Maybe he's watching us, recording our every move. Wait, shh, did you hear that? What? Someone's coming!
Boo! Did I scare you?
Absolutely not!
Don't people touch each other at your house, Sal?
What's that supposed to mean?
You flinch every time someone touches you.
Well, you did. You scared the living daylights out of us.
So I did scare you. Freebie ice bottom.
Did I really flinch?
Yeah, you do.
What are you doing?
I'm breathing your palm.
Did she have her hand back now?
You want the good news first or the bad news?
Bad news? How bad?
Well, the bad news is I can't really read palms. You want to hear the good news?
No.
How's your mom, Phoebe?
What? She's fine.
Oh, she enjoyed London.
Oh,
What type has she seen?
I don't. Didn't you tell me she saw Buckingham Fountain?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. But Buckingham Fountain.
That's cool. What about your mom, Sal?
It's mine. What do you mean?
I just wondered where she is. I've never seen her.
Oh, she's in Idaho.
Oh, what's she doing there?
I don't really like saying.
Gotcha.
Benjamin Finney, must you always have your own agenda? Come on, Sal.
You know, one time my father ran off for 6 months and he did not tell a soul where he was going. You know when my best friend asked me where he was? I hauled off and punched him at the job. Best friend, but dang it.
You never told me that. I hope he socked you back.
See that? Knock my dang tooth out.
Why do boys have to be so gold dang hoarse? Always ready to knock somebody's lights out when they get agitated.
Well, sometimes the body just does stuff before the mind has a chance to stop it.
What do you think it means if someone touches someone else and the person being touched flinches? Do you think it means that the person being touched is getting too stiff?
See there, you didn't punch that time.
They get one for me too. You know, that boy Benjamin Finney, he doesn't know a thing about what he's talking about.
You alright, girl?
Oh, I'm just fine. Keep going. Go on.
Ben followed us back to Phoebe's, where we got the surprise of our lives.
Is that Mr. Berkeley?
I wonder what he's doing at Mrs. Cadaver's house.
I bet you he's Mrs. Cadaver's secret lover. I bet you he's the reason she killed her husband.
I don't know, Phoebe.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Sal. I bet they're going to plant that bush right on top of her dead husband's grave.
What's taking Ben so long?
Come back! No, something very strange is going on there. I definitely don't think you or your father should go over there anymore.
Maybe you're right. Daddy and I went over there 2 nights ago for dinner, and I couldn't help but notice all sorts of frightening things. Creepy masks, old swords, books with titles like The Murderers in the Rue Morgue and The Skull and the Hatchet.
See? I only hope you see Ben at school tomorrow.
Dad, how much do you know about Mrs. Cadaver?
So, you ready to talk about Margaret?
Yeah, well, there are a few things I wanted to mention.
I've been wanting to explain.
Phoebe and I saw her creeping through her yard with a flashlight. And there's a man who visits her.
Sounds like fun.
And I don't think we should go over there anymore.
Sal, you're trying to catch a fish in the air.
No, she's dangerous. She's not who you think she is.
Margaret's not coming back.
Never mind.
I've been wanting to explain some things.
Just forget I mentioned it. I don't need any explanations.
Please don't be unreasonable.
Maybe everything that I was saying about Margaret made me sound foolish. But if Phoebe was right, then we all needed to be paying more attention. I didn't want to see Daddy get hurt again. So Phoebe convinced me we needed to take matters into our own hands.
Sal, come on!
I don't know, Phoebe. It doesn't feel right to be sneaking into Margaret's house when she's not home.
I just want to take a quick look. Sal. It's a ghost! Sal, is that you?
Mrs. Partridge, what are you doing?
I'm just sitting here reading. Go ahead and turn the light on if you'd like.
What are you reading?
Is that Phoebe with you?
Yes, ma'am.
It's Braille. Reading with my fingers. She's blind? Yes, I am. But I'm not deaf. These creepy clothes can give a mouse away. So, what are you two doing tiptoeing through my house in the dark?
Oh, we knew that Margaret was at work, and we wanted to come and see how you were getting along.
Is that right? Well, it's awfully kind of you two ladies. What kind of book are you reading? Murder at Midnight. It's a mystery. Be careful not to cut yourself. Are you all right?
Fine. Yes, absolutely.
Phoebe, I'd like to have a better look at you. Your face. I'd like to feel your face.
It's okay, Phoebe.
Ah, just as I thought. 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. Why, Phoebe, I think I met your brother the other day.
I don't have a brother.
Oh, no? Well, I guess this old noggin isn't as sharp as it used to be.
Sal, shouldn't we be, leaving?
What's your hurry? We only just got here.
Oh, Phoebe's right. We don't want to be a bother. Like you said, it's getting late.
Did I say it was late? Yeah, school tomorrow and everything, but it was great. Seeing you again.
Yeah, I'm glad to know you're doing okay. See you later.
Those girls aren't much for socializing, are they? Phew, that was close. Slow down. As soon as we get home, I'm going to make a list of items which I want the police to further analyze. Police? Yeah, sword, suspicious spot on the floor. There's several ear straps we can take them. All very strange. As soon as we get out of school tomorrow, we're going to the police.
We will now be having a 15-minute intermission.
Are you ready to go home?
In a second. I just wanted to say something to Sal.
Nothing. Sal, why would you? You like her, don't you?
No. I
What do you
mean,
mean then?
maybe.
Well, what were you gonna say to her anyways?
I was just gonna ask her if she wanted to go see Pups with me. I heard Beckman Theater is doing it spring.
Beckman Theater, didn't they do Adam's Family last year? The acting, the set, the whole production was so cool, right?
No, a lot of effort, time, put thought into it. They asked us to help out with this show. Basically, there's something called a minute to give. They asked us to explain.
So, basically, the clock is set for 1 minute, and our friends Megan and Christy, as well as Ben and I, are going to come around with a little something that you can help put donations in that will help fund amazing projects like this. And if you'd like to make a donation, just raise your hand, and one of us will be there as soon as possible.
Is everyone ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 1, go!
Thank you guys so much for all your donations. I'm sure the Beckman Theater is going to appreciate it so much.
Really hope you enjoyed the show also. Did you find the chicken by chance?
Chicken? Yeah, totally.
Really?
No! Why would I know where to find a chicken?
Sorry.
Dynamite! Unbelievable!
I wonder what he's so happy about.
Ladies and gentlemen, your summer journals are absolutely astonishing. Now, even though I haven't read through every page yet, I wanted to share some of these amazing passages with you right away.
Share? With the class? Uh-oh.
Not to worry, not to worry. I'll change any names you use so no one is embarrassed.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Can I go to the nurse? I think I'm going to be sick.
Now let's not malinger.
What's that? Watch it up.
Now, here we go. This is what I like about Jane. She is smart, but doesn't act like she knows everything. She is cute.
Hi, Ben. What's the matter? Is there something wrong?
Leave him alone.
She smells good. She is cute.
No, Sal. Ben looks ill. Is there something you need to tell us, Ben? Or should Sal tell us?
She makes me laugh. She is cute.
I said, stop it, Phoebe. It's not me anyway. I wasn't even here during the summer. Remember?
Ah, love, life. Let's try another one. I think that Jane doesn't know the first thing about boys. She once asked me what kisses taste like, so you could tell she had never kissed anyone. I told her they taste like chicken, and she believed me. She is so dumb sometimes.
Who wrote that? Did you, Phoebe?
Now, Mary Lou, let's not jump to conclusions.
You cabbage head, you thief brain. I don't believe you. And guess what? I did know what kisses taste like. It's not chicken.
Let's try another one, I think. She looked all around, took 2 steps up to the maple tree, threw her arms around it and kissed it. Later that day, I put my lips where hers had been. And to this day, I can still Smell the smell of the bark and feel its riches on my lips, mixed with the distinctive taste of blackberries. Marvelous! Brilliant!
She fishes tree. So much for brave.
Let's try another one, I think. I'm very concerned about the behavior of Mrs. Corpse. Her suspicious behavior suggests that she has murdered her own husband. Why are we reading this one?
I think I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Go on, finish.
Yeah, keep going.
I believe she has buried him in her backyard. Yes, well, we'll continue this on Monday, perhaps.
Whoa, a murder? Who wrote that?
Come on, Sal. He knows. It's now or never.
Phoebe was right. Now that Mr. Berkway had read her journal, he had to get to the police right away.
Excuse me. Hello? I need to speak with somebody about something absolutely urgent. About a murder!
Is this a joke?
Or possibly a kidnapping, but, kidnapping might turn into a murder.
All right, ladies, one moment. Sergeant Bickle! I think you should hear this.
In a matter of moments, Phoebe had explained everything to Sergeant Bickle. How her mother disappeared, how Mrs. Cadaver's husband was missing, and how she had a suspicious rhododendron bush in her backyard, and how Phoebe was visited by the lunatic who kept leaving all sorts of mysterious messages.
Okay, and how does any of this relate to your mother's disappearance?
Well, that's what I want you to find out.
I'm not so sure he believes us, Phoebe.
Of course he is. He's probably putting his best people on it right now.
Phoebe, isn't, look, Phoebe, does your father know you're here?
Of course, yeah.
And this other woman, Mrs.
That means dead body.
Right, she's your neighbor, so. Okay, have you tried talking to her about any of these concerns of yours?
Are you crazy? And let her know we're on to her? Show him the hair strands.
Hair strands.
I found these in Mrs. Cadaver's living room after my mother's.
Also, along with some peculiar blood spots on the carpet.
Yeah, but I didn't have time to fix it.
Sergeant, your son's here.
Excuse me, girls, I will be right back.
Phoebe? Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
I sure hope not.
Is that who I think it is?
Sal, as sure as I'm alive, it's the lunatic.
Sergeant!
Mr. Winterbottom, thank you for coming down so quickly. I know this is a difficult time.
No, I'm very sorry to waste your time.
Not to worry, if you'd like to speak with Mrs. Cadaver.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
At least we tried.
Phoebe, I thought I told you that we don't need to involve the police.
You're wasting time. Her kidnapper is walking the streets.
Phoebe, your mother phoned us today.
You did?
Yes, she called us now.
Mrs. Cadaver? Why would you call her?
She told us. Let's know.
Norma called to say she is okay. P.S. I'm away from home till Monday. No, I don't believe it. She's making it up. She's lying. I bet she killed my mother and chopped her up and isn't coming back until she's properly disposed of the body.
Phoebe, that is enough! I will not have you making ridiculous accusations of Mrs. Cadaver or anyone else. I haven't slept in 3 days. The house is a disaster. The dishes are piling up. There's a week's worth of laundry that I don't have the slightest idea how to deal with. I have been through the entire phone book, asking anyone I could think about your mother. Do you think that was easy for me? Do you think that I enjoy spreading concern and worry and letting people know that your mother has walked out of us and I have no idea where she is? It's humiliating. No. Okay, she'll be calling tomorrow, and I'll speak with Mrs. Cadaver when she gets back.
So that's it then.
Phoebe, I know this has been terribly hard for you. It's been hard for all of us, believe me, but your imagination is running away with you.
It is not. Mom loves me, and she would never leave without an explanation.
What a birds of sadness wing-dinging their way around Phoebe's family.
You liked Phoebe, didn't you, Salome?
Of course I did. Even when her imagination got the best of her, I could tell that she was just scared. It was like she was the only one who couldn't see. That maybe things weren't so hunky-dory even before the arrival of the lunatic and the disappearance of her mother. She just wanted everyone else to think that nothing was wrong.
Phoebe was convinced her mother was kidnapped because she couldn't think her mother leaving for any other reason.
Exactly. I tried to tell her that maybe her mother went looking for something. Maybe she was unhappy. Maybe there was nothing she could do about it.
So you're saying that her mom's disappearance had nothing to do with me?
Yeah, I guess that's right.
Well, what happened next?
On our way home, I asked Phoebe if she wanted to spend the weekend at my house. Are you planning to spend a month here?
Where am I sleeping? You asking me to share your room?
Why no, Phoebe. We built a whole new extension just for you.
You don't have to be sarcastic. I was just thinking I'd sleep downstairs, on the couch.
On the couch?
Yeah, I mean, there's only one bed, and people usually try to make their guests feel comfortable. It's gonna be a little crowded in here, wouldn't you agree?
It's starting to feel that way.
Unless, of course, your mattress is very blunt. My mattress is very firm, so I set it straight back. The reason you slouch is probably because of your mattress.
I don't slouch, do I?
You do slouch. Now, look at it here sometime, wouldn't you? Don't you know anything about having guests? You're supposed to give your guests the best that you have. You're supposed to make some sacrifices. Now, that's what my mother always says. She says, in life, you have to make some sacrifices.
Yeah, I'm sure your mother made a great sacrifice when she took off.
My mother did not take off. Someone kidnapped her, holding her against her will. I'm sorry. I have a headache. No, it might even be a migraine. Do you know who used to get migraines? Who? My aunt's foot doctor. Only, they turned out not to be migraines at all. Did you know what they were?
What?
A brain tumor.
Really?
Yes, in her brain.
Phoebe, I have to tell you something.
Well, what is it?
You know how you said your mother would never leave without an explanation?
Well, my mother wouldn't. My mother loves me.
Yes, she might love you and still not be able to explain. Maybe it would be too painful for her to explain. Maybe it would...
Shut up, Sal!
She might not come back, Phoebe.
She is too! Coming back!
No, she might not. I just think you should...
She's coming back! You don't know what you're talking about. You're being cruel. Especially to someone with a potential brain tumor.
Phoebe, I'm sure it's not a brain tumor.
Easy for you to say. You don't have a shooting pain in your skull.
Would you like me to get you an aspirin or something?
No, my mother always makes me a warm cup of milk when I don't feel well.
All right, I'll go see if we have any milk in the fridge.
And then And she usually includes something sweet to take my mind off my ailments.
I'll see what I can do.
And then she brings it to me on a tray and serves me while I lay in bed.
Don't push it, Phoebe, or it's going to be a very long weekend. It was a long weekend, and it was hard not to hate Phoebe for most of it. But I really did understand what she was going through. Once, before she left, my mother said that if you visualize something happening, you can make it happen. Like, if you're about to run a race, you visualize yourself crossing the finish line first, and then press down. Because when the time comes, it really does happen. So when she left, that's what I did. I visualized her reaching for the phone. Then I visualized her dialing the phone. I visualized our number clicking through the wires. I visualized the ringing. It did not happen. I visualized her getting on that bus to Vinex. I visualized her walking up the driveway. I visualized her opening the door. It did not happen. So, I knew exactly what Phoebe was doing and why. Because I had done the same things when my mother left. The next day, Mr. Winterbottom called and asked Phoebe to come home right away.
What is it? Is it Mom? Is she coming back?
Mr. Berkeley, what are you doing?
Hi, Phoebe. I wanted to return this to you.
That is my own private journals, my own private thoughts.
I know. And I want to apologize for reading aloud in class.
I didn't write all that so that everyone in creation could hear it.
I understand. But I wanted to clarify some things. Mrs. Cadaver is my sister.
Your sister?
Yes. And her husband is dead.
See?
But she didn't kill him. Her husband died when a drunk driver rammed into his car. My mother, Mrs. Partridge, was also in the car. She didn't die, but she lost her son.
Oh.
I want to assure you Mr. Cadaver is not buried in your backyard. Your father also told me about what happened with your mother, Phoebe, and I'm terribly sorry that she's gone. But I want to assure you that Margaret has not kidnapped or murdered her.
I see.
I want to give that back to you so you don't have to worry about me reading aloud in class. I'll see you both at school tomorrow. I'm terribly sorry for bothering you, Mr. Winterbottom. I just wanted to clarify some things.
Oh, of course. We're here for you so high. Aren't we, Phoebe?
Right, so, thank you. Mr. Winterbottom.
So, if Mrs. Cadaver didn't kidnap or murder my mother, then where is she? Isn't there anything we can do?
Sweetheart, I'm afraid there isn't.
You don't care. If you did, you would be trying harder.
Phoebe, I promise I'm doing everything I can.
Then where is she? Why can't we find her?
I don't know!
Are we still in Wyoming?
These roads do have speed limits, you know. Besides, I figured we'd stop by Yellowstone while we're here. It'd be a shame to come all this way and not see Yellowstone.
Oh, is that little old faithful ladies? Well, I would love to see old faithful.
Well, how long do you think it will take?
Not too long, chicken. Besides, we'll be there by your mama's birthday, no problem at all.
How much did you tell them about what you said?
Well, we had to give up Margaret as the primary suspect. Phoebe decided we needed to turn our attention to the likeliest culprit.
mind.
Not him? And you're convinced that this will work?
Sal, the lunatic is Sergeant Bickle's son. Why else would he hug him like that? Confine Bickle, confine the lunatic.
Well, we're down to the last one. Here, got him.
Hi, may I please speak to Sergeant Bickle?
This is Bickle. Hello?
Hello? My name is Susan Longfellow. I am a friend of your son's. I was wondering if I might speak with him?
He isn't here right now. Would you like to leave a message?
Do you know when he'll be home?
How did you say you knew my son?
How do I know your son? Well, basically the way I know your son is from the library. Yes, I know him from the library. And he loaned me a book, but I've lost it.
So I wonder why he gave you this phone number.
He didn't give you his number at school? School? Actually, I think he did give me that number, but I lost it.
You sure do lose a lot of things.
Oh, I know. It's so embarrassing.
Would you like me to give you his number at school?
Yes, sure. Or better yet, maybe you could just give me his address and I can send him the book.
I thought you said you lost it.
Actually, I did say that, didn't I? But I was hoping to find it.
I see. Give me a minute. Honey, what's Mike's address?
His name's Mike.
Mike the lunatic.
Shh.
Are you ready?
Yes, go ahead.
It's on the university campus in Chanting Falls.
Chanting Falls.
Freshman dormitory, room 209.
Freshman dormitory, room 209. Yes! Yes!
What was that?
Yes! Yes! Thank you.
Sal, you're brilliant.
Let's just hope we got the right Sergeant Bickle.
Oh, we got it. Tomorrow we'll nail Mike the lunatic.
The next day, we took the long bus ride to Chanting Falls. Before we knew it, we were in front of the freshman dormitory.
Sal, I don't think I can do this.
Phoebe, we didn't come all this way to check it out now.
No, seriously, Sal. What if we knock on the door and the lunatic opens it and pulls us inside and slits open our throats?
Somehow, I don't think that will happen. Look.
Mom?
Quick, let's hide.
Sal, this can't be happening. What is my mother doing with the lunatic?
It's me.
Look at her hair. It's so short. Is she tired? Look at her having a gay old time. What in the world is she so happy about?
Phoebe, be quiet.
No, how could she kiss him? Has she completely forgotten she has a family at home? Has she completely lost her marbles?
Understandably, Phoebe was in an excessively black mood all the way home.
Oh, if I had a pair of rocks, I would plonk them both in the back of the head.
Phoebe, where have you been?
Great. I can't wait to hear it.
Your mother called today. She's coming home tomorrow.
Fantastic! Did you have any other terrific news to share?
I thought like you'd be happy.
Oh, I am. I'm tickled pink.
So I'll get all the help you must before she gets home tomorrow. We can't let her see the house like this.
So we're just gonna pretend like nothing has happened since she left?
Phoebe, please.
We're not gonna let her see the entire mess our house has become since she walked out on us.
What I need right now is your help.
Fine, but on one condition. You let Sal be present tomorrow when Mom comes home.
Oh, Phoebe, no.
Please, Sal. I need a witness.
A witness?
Just you wait. You'll see. You're in for the surprise of your life.
Righty-ho! See, I told you we'd make it by the skin of our teeth, but we made it. Figured we could press on another hour or two to Coeur d'Alene and then turn in for the night. What do you think about that, Gooseberry? Gooseberry,
Oh, yes. That's fine.
you feeling all right?
I'm just a little tired, that's all.
If you want to stop now, Graham, that would be okay.
Oh no. I'd like to sleep in Coeur d'Alene tonight. Your mother sent us a postcard from Coeur d'Alene. A picture of a bountiful blue lake.
Well, Bountiful Blue Lake, here we go.
I'm finally nearing the end of my journey. Tomorrow I'll be in Lewiston. I love you, my Salamanca tree.
Currently unconscious, and maybe for a while. In the meantime, we need to conduct some tests. While we do, I suggest we try to get some rest.
Young lady, I have been by her side for 51 years. I'm holding on to hands, see? Want me to let go? You want the chop I know?
I'll be back in a few minutes with the doctor.
How's she doing, Gramps?
Doctors say she's had a stroke. I'm about to be here a while.
I kind of figured.
Here, in case you need anything from the car, or anything else.
What do you mean?
She doesn't want you sitting around this old hospital. You want to go see your mama on her birthday, you're going to have to take matters into your own hands. Your grandmother and I will be here.
Thanks, Gramps.
Be careful, Jim.
I can do this. I mean, it's not like I don't know what I'm doing. I've been driving Graham's pickup since I was 11. But then Mama left, and then something happened to me. I'm afraid of things I'd never been afraid of before. Like driving. But if I'm gonna make it to Lewiston for her birthday, I don't have a choice. Good morning, Mr. Winterbottom.
Sal, is this financial shirt?
Sal! Hey, Kevin, you're here. How's the house? It looks fine, I guess.
Really? Because we spent all night cleaning it, but once the entire house is spotless, my father decided to look too good, so he messed things up in it.
It looks fine, Phoebe.
It's not her?
I hope you don't mind that I'm here, Mr. Winterbottom.
Mind? Why would I mind? No, I can't do this.
Me either. Are you alright?
I'm sorry?
Did you need any help with your car?
Oh, no, I'm just taking a break.
Hell of a road to be driving, isn't it?
These mountain roads. Pretty treacherous at night.
So many narrow turns right up against the cliff. It just makes my palms sweat just thinking about it. What are the others?
What others?
Whoever's with you, whoever's timing.
Oh, around.
I don't usually see other folks up here this time of night.
Do you pass by here often?
Every night. Back and forth. For work.
For the flowers for? My brother. He was on a bus that went through the railing here about a year ago. The wreckage was so bad, they didn't bother bringing it back up. Just left it down there. Only one person survived. You know? Yeah, I know. You can tell what was riding you to take care of you.
Yes, we do something. Yes, yes.
I already knew about that bus. The way it lay on its side like an old sick horse. Headlights and windows broken. Rubber tires twisted and punctured on its axles. How inside there was absolutely no space to move amongst the mess of twisted seats and the chunks of foam rubber.
Yes.
If only I could just find what I was looking for down there.
George? Phoebe? Stop. What are you doing? Where are George and Phoebe? There you are. You didn't answer the door.
You need to ring the bell. You could have just come in.
I know. I'm sorry. I just thought that maybe.
Who's that?
Yes, I'd like to introduce you to Mike.
Mike?
Dad, that's the lunatic. Phoebe, no.
Norma, I hope you're going to tell us exactly what is going on here. I think we deserve an explanation.
Oh, I'm sorry. God, I knew this would be hard. I didn't think. I'm not perfect, George.
Of course not! But you could have wanted you to...
George, just let me finish. I spent my entire life just trying to be perfect, to make up for my past mistakes.
Mistakes?
There's something that I haven't told you, and now I'm afraid you'll never forgive me for it.
Norma, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Mike is my son. Son? Wait, he's your son! It was before I met your father. I gave him up for adoption, even though I couldn't bear the thought of it. God, George, you lived such a tiny life. When Mike found me, I had to go sort something. So you're gonna leave now. Leave? Now that you have a son, you're gonna go run away with him. Sweetie, of course not. Baby, I'm sorry, I'm so angry. You're darn right. I'm angry. How could you just leave without saying goodbye? I'm sorry. It's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life.
I knew this wouldn't work. I think we all should take a deep breath, sit down and talk. Maybe we can sort things out.
You mean it?
Norma, there's nothing you can't tell me, no matter how bad things might seem.
I need you.
I may not speak up enough, but I love you. And the truth is, I can't manage without you.
You should see the pile of laundry. Baby, I miss you so much.
Oh, I'm sorry. I better go.
Oh, sorry, Sal. This is Sal. She's like another member of the family.
So you're not a lunatic?
Why do you keep calling me that?
Hey there, Sal.
Sal, my brother told me you're in his class.
That's a delightful surprise, isn't it? Yeah.
Everything okay? How's everything over at Phoebe's?
Mrs. Winterbottom came home.
That's good, isn't it?
So, there's something I need to say.
I was just about to come down there. You kids ought to know better. What were you doing on this hill at this time of night? Where are the others?
There aren't any others.
In here yourself?
Yes, in my grandfather's car.
And where is he?
He's in Coeur d'Alene.
Pardon?
My grandmother's in a hospital there. We were driving from Ohio to Lewiston when she got sick. They were taking me to see my mother.
So let me get this straight. You left your grandparents in a hospital in Coeur d'Alene, drove over 100 miles to this spot on this hill all by yourself?
Yes, but I was careful. My gramps told me how to drive very carefully.
I'm sure of it. I don't suppose you could tell me what was so all-fired important that you couldn't look for some legitimate driver's license to take care after sunrise?
Today's my mom's birthday.
And where is she? I think you better come with me.
At first, I think he means he's taking me to jail. He doesn't know. He drives into Lewiston and up a hill. At the top of the hill, he parks the car and leads me down a long path overlooking a river and a valley. It's a beautiful spot where my daddy has chosen for my mama to rest. It's only now, when I see her name etched in stone, that I know she's not coming back. When my daddy first got the news that my mama's bus went over the rail, he thought it would be best if he came out here and made the final arrangements alone. So, it's been over a year since I've seen my mama, and I've come to say goodbye.
I think it's about time we got you back to your grandparents.
Were you there out of the accident?
Yes.
Did you see my mother?
I saw a lot of people saw him out there. If I saw her, I didn't know her.
Did you see Mrs. Cadaver?
Of course I saw Mrs. Cadaver. Everyone saw Mrs. Cadaver. It was 9 hours after the bus rolled over and all of the stretchers were brought up the hill. Her hand came out the window, a moving hand. Turned out to be the only one that night. I wish it was your mother's hand.
Mrs. Cadaver was sitting next to my mother. They were strangers to each other when they got on that bus, but by the end of their journey, 6 days later, they were friends. My mother told Mrs. Cadaver all about me and my father and our farm in Banks, the fields and the blackberries and the chickens and the singing trees. Do you think if she told Margaret all of that stuff, that meant that she was missing us?
I'm sure of it. How is it that you know all this?
Margaret told me the day Mrs. Winterbottom came home, how my father visited the only living survivor of that bus crash after he buried my mother. When he had discovered that Margaret had been sitting next to my mother, they struck up a friendship. But I refused to accept it, and I refused to listen, because I couldn't believe that Mama was actually dead. You know, I thought that maybe there had been a mistake, that I could come to Lewiston and I would see her walking through a field and I'd call out to her and she'd say, "Salamanca, take me home." I know better now. Happy birthday, Mama.
Gooseberry, I met you when I was 17 years old. Oh, dang, that was a long time ago. Back when I didn't stand still for any girl. Then, you came running through that meadow with that long hair of yours. That was the end of it. Followed you around like a sick old dog for 3 weeks before I asked your pa if I could marry you. He wasn't sure you'd stand still long enough for me to propose. But you did. These past 51 years have been the greatest surprise of my life.
Gramps?
Our gooseberry's gone south. So, I'm gonna miss my gooseberry. See your mama?
Yeah,
She gonna be okay?
I think so.
I'm sure your pa will be glad to hear it.
Gramps makes final arrangements to have Gramps' body flown back to Vibanks and bury her in Aspen Grove, where they got married. It's a long ride back to Euclid without her, but on the way we invent the moccasin game, where we pretend to walk in someone else's moccasins. Like, if I were walking in Graham's moccasins right now, I might want to stop and cool my feet in a river. Or if I were walking in Phoebe's moccasins, I might still have a hard time accepting Margaret to just be a plain old nurse.
I still don't understand why they have so many weird and dangerous things on display in their house. So strange.
They belong to her husband. She doesn't want to get rid of them. They're reminders.
Seems like some weird stuff to remember somebody by.
Maybe, but I don't believe we always have a choice where the memories live.
Hey, Sal, you just about ready?
I think so.
Sharon, we're gonna miss you and your dad, Sal.
We're gonna miss you too.
Phoebe, how's your mom doing? She's great, really. I haven't seen her feeling this well in a while. I'm glad to hear it. Here's Sal, a little something before you go.
Don't judge a man until you've walked 2 moons in his moccasins.
Wait a minute! It was you, wasn't it? Who's the one sneaking around leaving all these messages? Guilty as charged. Did you like them? Margaret recently read in the paper each morning, and when there's a nice one, I asked her to copy it down. But why did you leave them on our front porch? I thought they'd be grand for little surprises for you. And fortune cookies. Only I didn't have any cookies to put them. Did you like them anyways?
So, wait.
Hey then! What you got there?
I heard Sal was going back to Vibanks, so I brought her a present.
A present?
Kiss? You're going to give him a kiss because he got you a chicken. You never do fail to surprise me, Sal.
I already named it, but you can change it if you want to.
Well, what is it?
Blackberry.
She's perfect.
All right, you two, don't forget, there's other people here.
For as long as I live, I'll never forget you, Jimmy Marlowe. Now I'm back on the phone with Daddy and Gramps. Gramps has been giving me driving lessons. And while we drive, I tell him stories my mother told me. Because His favorite one is about a woman who never dies. She goes from baby to mother to old woman and then turns into a baby again. On and on she goes, living thousands and thousands of lives. Gramps likes this, and so do I. We count the trees, and we play the moccasin game. Playing that game one day, it made me realize that our entire trip out to Lewiston had been a gift from Graham and Gramps to me. They were giving me a chance to walk in my mother's moccasins, to see what she had seen, and maybe feel what she had felt on her last trip. Phoebe and Ben are supposed to be paying me a visit soon. I can't wait to show them the swimming hole, the hayloft, the cows and the chickens. Blackberry is the queen of the coop. Mama would have loved that. I still do miss her a ton, but Daddy was right. We didn't need to bring her body back because she was already here. In the barn, and in the fields, and in the trees.